Welcome to Elf Centered. So today's going to be a body talk segment, which is why my body's here. I'm not going to talk about image yet, that'll come. I'm going to talk about preference. Personal preference in another person's appearance or physicality. It's a whole lot like having a preference in a type of music or a style of movie. It's subjective, ladies and gentlemen. You don't get to judge it. You can question it, perhaps to find out why or where it comes from. You don't get to change it. You can argue it. Have you thought of? Have you tried listening to country and western? Have you tried watching bad comedies? You don't get to whine about it. Hang on a second. Let me show you a little cartoon. This is not my artwork, but I found this very, very appropriate to this topic. Well, whichever side that came from. Anyways, there is a double standard. Let me tell you about a little incident that happened to me a while ago, a couple of years. I was in a chat room on a single dating site, and somebody private messaged me and said, "So what do you look for in a woman?" I said the standard stuff, sense of adventure, high energy, good sense of humor, and she said, no, physically, I am not a big guy. I spent a lot of years weighing about 130 pounds. I'm a little heavier now. So I said, I tend to date from here to here. I tend to look from here to here. I have dated all types, shapes, sizes. She then went public with the conversation in the chat room and said, "Ladies, we have a fatty hater here." Excuse me, what? This is my personal preference. So I responded and said, okay, I know this gentleman who lives in the States, loves large women, adores Rubenesque, full-figured, Valkyric women. Nothing else. They gotta be big. The bigger the better. How's that work for you? Oh, well, he's got good taste, you don't. I was out of there. Personal preference comes from culture, comes from upbringing. Yes, media has an impact. Your friends have an impact. High school has an impact. There are cultures where bigger is better because large people obviously didn't work and become small and wiry and ropey. So therefore, they were the nobility. It's much like paleness of skin. You never went outside. You didn't have to work in the field. So, hey, you must be way up there in the social ranks. And everybody wants to climb the social ranks. Everybody wants to date someone 5 points bigger and better and wilder than they are. Think about it this way, and this one is aimed primarily at the ladies. When you post pictures on social media of Chris Helmsworth mostly naked in a shower, of that buff guy in a kilt, how do you think I feel? Honestly. You can say, oh sure, go to the gym, you'll get muscles. Doesn't work that way. That's got to do with genetics, it's got to do with all sorts of things that I have no effect over. Let's go to geekdom. This is a fun place that people have been arguing lately, and I will agree, most guys are complete dogs and pigs and have taken it way too far. But booth babes, the appearance versus what they want to be perceived as. For some reason, at most conventions, most women, and again, I'm generalizing, it's not all, seem to think less is more. Characters in comic books. Okay, they draw women unrealistically. They draw men unrealistically as well. Some of the first heroes, Batman, Superman, do I look like that? No. Can I even aspire to look like that? No. That doesn't happen. Transgendering characters, I applaud it. I think it's fantastic. 99% of the time what I see, and I'm always up for being corrected, is women transgendering male superhero characters or comic book characters into what they think the female version is. Weirdly, there's less armor, less fabric, and more flesh showing. I have not really seen a whole lot of the guys going, well, a Scarlet Witch would look like this as a guy. They do. The Scarlet Witch looks like this as a female. I am transgendering fully and completely. There's a double standard. Here's another example of the double standard. Women go to science fiction conventions. It does not matter your body shape or size. You wear the Princess Leia costume. If a guy makes a comment about it in a negative manner, he gets jumped on, the rope is thrown over the high branch, and he gets hung to swing in the breeze. A couple of years ago, 5 of us went to a convention and we cosplayed the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. full covering, but spandex is not really a forgiving material. The number of comments about when did the Power Rangers get fat was amazing. And I'm sorry, I'm not really a fat guy. And that was directed at me, Blue Power Ranger. Hey, blue guy, you know what? You're looking pudgy there. Your belly's hanging out. And somehow this is acceptable? Nobody came to our defense. Nobody said a damn thing about, you know what, that's just not a nice thing to say even. Stop shaming. Stop it. Stop fat shaming. Stop skinny shaming. Stop any kind of shaming. Stop brown shaming, white shaming. You know what? You got a physical preference. If the person's healthy, and if the person's not healthy, ask. I know a gentleman who is fantastic, sharp mind, incredibly creative person. He's trapped in his room because his body has rebelled against him, and there's nothing he can do. What do others look like? Really, you're concerned the most with how others look. People you don't know, when someone says, well, you know, I thought that person looked a little pudgy in that outfit, and you are jumping into the defense of somebody you don't even know. Worry about what the hell you look like. Be healthy. Get up in the morning. Make yourself look good the way you think you look good. The number of women who've talked to me about, nobody loves me because I'm large, because I've got broad shoulders, married, boyfriends. The hell? Really? Nobody loves you, and yet you go home to somebody every night who said that they'll be with you for the rest of your life? Just stop it. Stop being concerned with how others look. Be concerned with how you look. Well, of course, it's unless it's wearing your pants around your knees, and which just looks stupid. See, there I'm doing it.